Good day, everyone, and thank you for taking the time to watch this presentation. My name is Ambika Mohanakumar from City University, Malaysia. Today, I'll be presenting my research title, The Impact of Safety and Health Compliance on Employee Performance in Malaysia's Sport Industry. This study focuses on Westport Malaysia's Sdn Berhad and examines how safety and health compliance influence employee performance in a high-risk working environment. So let's begin with a brief introduction. Malaysia's port industry plays a very important role in supporting international trade, logistic activities, and economic growth. One of the major contributors to this industry is Westport Malaysia, located in Port Klang. As one of the busiest ports in Southeast Asia, Westports handle a large volume of cargo and container traffic every day. Because of the nature of port operations, employees are frequently exposed to workplace hazards. These include operating heavy machinery, handling containers, and working in a fast-moving operational environment. Therefore, maintaining a strong safety and health compliance is essential. It is not only protects employee but also supports operational efficiency and long-term sustainability. Next is problem statement. Although organizations have implemented various safety policies and procedures, workplace accidents continue to occur. Reports from the Department of Occupational Safety and Health indicate that many incidents are linked to non-compliance with safety regulations, insufficient training, unsafe work practices, and weak enforcement of safety standards. These incidents can result in absenteeism, operational disruption, reduced productivity, and lower employee morale. As a result, employee performance may be negatively affected. This creates a significant challenge for organizations operating in high-risk industries such as port operations. Research gap and objective. Many previous studies have found that workplace safety contributes positively to employee productivity and performance. However, research focusing specifically on Malaysia's port industry remains limited. Considering the unique operation risk involved in port activities, there is a need for further investigation. Therefore, this study was conducted with three main objectives. First, to examine the impact of safety and health compliance on employee performance at Westport, Malaysia. Second, to provide insights into how effective safety management can improve employee performance. And third, support management and policymakers in strengthening workplace safety culture. Hypothesis. Based on the literature review and theoretical foundation, one hypothesis was developed. The hypothesis proposed that safety and health compliance has a significant positive influence on employee performance among lower-level employees at Westport, Malaysia. In this study, safety and health compliance refers to factors such as safety procedures, health standards, training programs, the use of personal protective equipment, and safety monitoring activities. Employees' performance refers to productivity, efficiency, quality of work, responsibility, and adherence to procedures. Theoretical framework. This study is grounded in social exchange theory. According to this theory, employees tend to respond positively when they perceive that the organization values and supports them. When organizations invest in employee safety through training, protective equipment, and effective safety enforcement, employees view these efforts as a sign of organization support. In return, they are more likely to demonstrate commitment, responsibility, and better job performance. Therefore, social exchange theory provides a strong explanation for the relationship examined in this study. This slide presents the conceptual framework of the study. The framework consists of one independent variable, which is safety and health compliance, and one dependent variable, which is employee performance. The framework proposes a direct positive relationship between these two variables. In other words, better safety and health compliance is expected to lead a higher employer performance. Moving on to the methodology, this study adopted a quantitative cross-sectional research design. Data were collected using structured questionnaires distributed electronically via Google Form. A 5-point Likert scale was used, ranging from strongly disagree to strongly agree. The target respondents were lower-level employees at Westport, Malaysia. A total of 524 employees participated in the study. Convenience sampling was applied due to operational constraints and shift work schedules. The collected data were analyzed using SPSS and Smart PLS software. Now let's look briefly at the respondents' profile. Out of 524 respondents, 54.4% were male, while 45.6% were female. Most respondents were between 18 and 35 years old. In terms of work experience, the majority had between 0 and 5 years of service. Overall, the sample represents a relatively young and active workforce within the port industry. Next, the reliability of the construct was assessed. For safety and health compliance, Cronbach alpha was 0.706, while composite reliability was 0.819. For employees' performance, Cronbach alpha was 0.816 and composite reliability was 0.872. Since all values exceeded the recommended threshold of 0.70, the constructs demonstrated satisfactory reliability and internal consistency. This indicates that the measurement items were reliable and suitable for further analysis. The validity of the constructs was also examined. Convergent validity was assessed using average variance extracted or AVE. Safety and health compliance recorded an AVE value of 0.534. Employee performance recorded an AVE value of 0.578. Since both values are exceeded 0.50, acceptable convergent validity was achieved. For discriminant validity, the HTMT value was 0.922. Although this is slightly above the recommended threshold, it suggests a strong relationship between the construct and should therefore be interpreted with some caution. Now, let's look at the main findings of the study. The result shows that safety and health compliance significantly influence employee performance. The PAT coefficient was 0.396, indicating a moderate positive relationship. The t-value was 6.420, which is well above the required threshold of 1.96. In addition, the p-value was less than 0.001. Therefore, the hypothesis was supported. In simple terms, employers tend to perform better when the safety and health compliance practices are stronger and more effectively implemented. This slide presents the explanatory power of the model. The R-square value for the employee performance was 0.865. This means that approximately 86.5% of the variation in employee performance can be explained by safety and health compliance. This is considered a substantial level of explanatory power. The finding further highlights the importance of safety compliance as a key factor influencing employee performance. Theoretical mechanism. Although this study focused on the direct relationship between the variables, social exchange theory helps explain why this relationship exists. When employees perceive that their organization genuinely cares about the well-being, they are more likely to respond positively. This often translates into a stronger commitment, better attitudes, greater responsibility, and improved performance. Future research may explore additional factors such as motivation, organization commitment, or ethical leadership to be understand this process. Overall, the findings indicate that safety and health compliance positively influences employee performance. Employees working in a safer environment tend to feel more confident, more secure, and more committed to their responsibilities. The findings also support social exchange theory, suggesting that employees reciprocate organizational support through improved workplace performance. For high-risk industries such as port operations, safety compliance should therefore be viewed as a strategic investment rather than merely a legal obligation. The findings offer several practical implications. Organizations should continue strengthening safety policies and monitoring systems. Regular training programs should be conducted to improve employees' awareness and competence. Management should also foster a strong safety culture through the organization. By doing so, organization can enhance employee well-being while simultaneously improve performance and productivity. Like any research study, this study has several limitations. First, the cross-sectional design limits the ability to establish causal relationship. Second, the data were collected using self-reported questionnaires, which may introduce response bias. Third, the study focused on a single organization, which may limit the generalizability of findings. Finally, other variables that may influence employee performance were not included in the current study. For future research, several recommendations can be considered. Researchers may adopt longitudinal designs to better examine causal relationship over time. Mixed method approaches may also provide deeper insights into employees' experience and perceptions. Expanding the research to multiple pods would improve generalizability. Future studies may also examine mediating or moderating variables such as organizational culture, ethical leadership, and employee motivation. In conclusion, this study found that safety and health compliance has a significant and positive influence on employee performance at Westport, Malaysia. The findings demonstrate that safety compliance is not merely a legal requirement. Rather, it serves as an important strategic mechanism for enhancing productivity, employee confidence, and overall organizational effectiveness. Therefore, organizations should continue investing in a workplace safety initiative to achieve sustainable performance outcome. This brings me to the end of my presentation. Thank you very much for your time, your attention, and your interest in this research. I sincerely appreciate the opportunity to share these findings with you today. Thank you once again, and I welcome any questions, comments, or suggestions. Have a wonderful day.